Hey, Zach. There's nights in this league. It appears as though there's some quiet games out there. It's never quiet against Calgary. How much fun is it, as a player to participate in games at times that have that kind of emotional intensity on the ice?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. That's what hockey's all about. I think if you look at our whole division, I think there maybe been a little bit of a feeling out process between some of the teams, but I think as games go on here, the games are going to get more intense. The games are going to get obviously more important because the points are huge with the shortened season. So it's going to cause for more exciting hockey as the time goes on here.
And do you sense that the team over the course of the last three games is starting to maybe find itself a bit? Not that you played poorly in the 3-6 starts, but you've got some positive results here.
Yeah, we didn't get off to the start we wanted to. That's no secret, but I think we've grinded our way back, and this is a very important trip for us to keep building confidence. You look at Calgary; they've lost a couple, so it's an important game for us, especially to start the game the right way and carry that momentum all the way through it.
Next question, Derek Van Dies, Post Media.
Hey, Zach, these games always are really emotional games, and the crowd kind of plays a big part in that because you kind of feed off the energy of the crowd and the buzz in the building. Without any fans, do you have to manufacture your own emotion, or is just the fact that you're playing Calgary enough for you guys to kind of keep that emotional level up high?
Yeah, well, we played Calgary in the exhibition series going into the bubble, and that was a pretty intense game. But the fans obviously help. That's no secret. You really can't fake emotion, and you really can't fake adrenaline. That comes within, and obviously the fans help bring that out. But obviously with Calgary, obviously with playing them 10 times, it's going to be good hockey. It's going to be fun hockey. It's when you circle on the calendar, they're always fun games to play. So.
Thanks, Zach.
Yep.
Ryan Rashog, TSN.
What's the right word, Zach? Like, is it hatred when it comes to thinking about the Flames and the opposition? Is it the rivalry different with this group, and is there a hatred there? Would you say, or what's the right word?
Oh, we don't like them. They don't like us. It's one of those things. We see Calgary a lot. We're both from Alberta, so obviously everyone in the surrounding areas gets up for these games. Not only the teams, but the fans of both sides. So I think it brings a little more intensity just because it's the Battle of Alberta. We're both two teams in Alberta, and the two teams are on the uprise. And I think that really, truly brings out a lot of competition is when the teams and the points mean a lot. So it comes for good hockey, and that's kind of where both teams are at right now.
Things got stirred up a little bit at the end of the last game against Ottawa there, but there hasn't been a ton of that this season. How would you evaluate kind of where your group is at from a physical standpoint and being emotionally and physically engaged in games and those sorts of things? Has that been tougher to find, or where's it at for you?
Yeah, it's a little different, but like I said, I forget who I answered it to earlier. It's one of those things where we've played teams in our division this year, and I feel like as the season goes on, as the points get more important, as you keep playing these teams night in and night out or on back-to-backs, I think the intensity is slowly going to pick up here, and there's no question we have to kind of play with more urgency, especially if you want to get 2 points. It's going to get harder as we go here, but at the end of the day, every team's not playing with fans. It's not just us, and we have to find a way to create some energy.
Mark Spector, Sportsnet.
I sort of wonder to whose advantage it is when the game gets a little bit off the rails and people are pushing and shoving and fighting and all that stuff. Like, you guys are going pretty good. You found your game. You're playing pretty good hockey. Are the Oilers right now a team that would rather just play hockey than have the extracurricular stuff, Zach?
You guys are really digging here. We're here to win a hockey game. I think you don't go into a game thinking there's going to be a line brawl, there's going to be fights, or there's going to be this, there's going to be that. You go in, try to play your system to the best of the team's ability. You try to win the special teams. You try to win 5-on-5, and through the game, within the game, stuff seems to happen. But that's all I really can tell you, and that's the honest truth. You're not going into games thinking it's going to be crazy. It's especially with the shortened season, like I mentioned, it's all important points, especially for us. We want to keep this thing rolling. We didn't get the start we wanted, and now we finally made a little bit of traction. But we got to make sure we keep winning hockey games here.
Okay, and so now I'm really reaching then. At the end of last game, you're having a really good conversation with Brady Tkachuk. Is that just coincidence that Matt's brother and you were going after it, or is there something for us to read into that?
I was actually talking to Bob Jones. He's DJ Smith and Bob Jones were my coaches in the Windsor Spitfire days. So I was actually talking to Bob Jones. Brady was yelling some stuff at me. Can't blame him. They're on a losing streak. Frustration crept into their game, obviously. And hey, listen, the Tkachuk brothers and me, we all play with a little bit of sandpaper. And when players like that play each other the amount of times, obviously there's going to be verbal confrontation. That's hockey. But it was nothing. It was just a little bit of emotion at the end of the game, and that's that.